If you've been stuck on a decision for a while, it's probably not because you're overthinking it. It's because you haven't committed. Most people call it overthinking. You weigh out your options, play out different scenarios, try to think carefully about everything you can, but you still don't move. At a certain point, thinking isn't going to help you anymore. It's just delaying the moment where you have to choose. But as long as you're just thinking, you don't have to risk anything. You don't have to let go of other options. You don't have to be wrong. You don't have to deal with the outcome. So it feels productive, but it's actually keeping you stuck. And this is something I've noticed in my own life. There have been many times where I've been sitting in a place, weighing out my options, trying to think through different scenarios, thinking that if I just had a little more time, everything would finally become clear. And what's usually ended up actually moving me forward in those situations is the decision being made for me. Something external would force it, whether that be a deadline or a changing situation or a window of opportunity closing. And once that happened, something interesting would change. Even if it wasn't an option that I would have chosen, I was able to start working with it. I could plan, adjust, I could move forward. And I realized what was holding me back wasn't a lack of clarity. It was a lack of commitment. Because clarity didn't come before the decision. It came after I was already moving. It's like standing in a fork in the road. You can look down both paths and analyze them as much as you want. But you're not going to learn anything about either path until you choose one and start walking forward. And once you choose a path and start walking, everything starts to become clear. You can plan, you can adjust, you can correct and learn, but none of that happens before you make a decision. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. They're waiting to feel certain, to feel confident. They're waiting to know if they've made the right choice. But confidence doesn't come before the decision. It comes after you realize that you can handle the outcome no matter what. That even if it's not perfect, you will figure it out. So at some point, the question isn't, do I have enough clarity? It's, am I willing to commit? Because the longer that you stay in indecision, the more it starts to feel like confusion. But it's not confusion. It's hesitation. And once you see that clearly, things start to change. You stop trying to think your way forward, and you start choosing your way forward. Because you don't need more clarity. You need a decision and the ability to trust yourself after you make it.